he's an understated personality, but yet when he does take it to that level, as we saw last night, he's one of the best players in the world. But he just with him does he bring it all the time, or when
Kawhi?
he just needs to?
What I would say,
or just when it needs to.
I've never seen him not really bring it. To be honest with you,
He's had the most 30-point games in the playoffs.
that's what I'm saying. Like I ain't never not seen him bring it. Where does this narrative come from with Kawhi as if he just doesn't show up? Just because of
because
the load
it started last year kind of enhanced it in the bubble. But, to his credit, Paul George did come out and say that he was depressed. Look, we've never seen this duo.
We're talking about Kawhi.
I know, but I'm saying because they both kind of imploded in the playoffs last year, obviously being up 3-1 against Denver, right? So this is the first time that we've seen them both
Derrick Favors
really have 30-point games on back-to-back games. And, by the way, Kawhi made a poster last night. I don't know if you guys saw it.
Derrick Favors?
But he put Derrick Favors in a poster, in an NFT. We'll call it. That's what a new poster is.
NFT?
There was an NFT made last night, and that was Derrick Favors.
I like that. It was.
It's just that to me, it's like Kawhi, because of his personality, if things don't go the way people expect, the first thing they say is he didn't show up. You go back to, even though Luka gave him 46 points prior to that, it was like, is he going to guard Luka? Is he going to guard Luka? Whatever. When you start to break it all the way down, Luka might have had 46 points, but on Kawhi, he only had X amount. And so I think when you look at Kawhi, people don't appreciate both sides of the floor for him and what he's able to do. And then if they lose, because he put it together, everybody says, Kawhi.
Well, heavy is the head that wears the crown, but you do want, I don't know, to me, I wonder at times where he is on the other side of the court, because when he does turn it on, he's as elite as it comes as a two-way player in the history of the game. 31 points for him last night, gets to the free throw line a ton, 10 of 13. Yes, he's had that amazing dunk. He had several other great plays, defensive plays too, that were standout. And then, as you mentioned, Jay, Paul George also goes for 31 in this game as the Clippers even up now their series with the Jazz, who over the last two games certainly has not been that same team that we saw as the series moved to L.A. But as I mentioned, I say this because it's talked about enough. It's like Kawhi is that guy. Understated is the word that I keep coming up with him, not just because he's a quiet guy, because you don't see him on social media. In fact, he's not at all on social media, but also because when he does turn it on, it's a level that just makes you go, wow, I need to see more of that. And, Paul George talked about it after the game. We'll call this Straight Talk, brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless. And you remember the reference to the great Apple story, when it's Apple time? Well, Paul George said that Kawhi knows when it's Apple time.
You see him being more aggressive. You know what time it is. It's written all over him in terms of it's go time, it's playoff basketball, and ultimately it's winning time. And so you see it all around him. His approach, his body language, everything is to be great. And so he's leading the way.
So Jay, you see, load management has been the thing about him. That's how they handled this season. Tyronn Lue did not even back away from it. In fact, he admitted that was always about rest this season. That was the plan all along. But as we have now emerged to a playoffs, we'll talk about Joel Embiid and his injury. We know Donovan Mitchell was dealing with something. Kawhi is, Kyrie.
Mike Conley was out
dealing with
for
something.
Utah.
Mike Conley. You have a lot of players who are injured in the playoffs, but the Clippers are not. Are they the best team remaining because of this?
Yes, they are. And this is why for them, look, as much as fans hate the term load management, it's not like you're talking about 35, 40 games. But look, this is why you want the Clippers to be in this position, for them to be healthy. And I'm going to debunk this whole theory that one man can just put a team on his back and win championships by himself. Nobody ever did it by themselves. Michael Jordan didn't do it by himself. He had Scottie Pippen. He had, Tony Kukoc. LeBron James did not do it by himself. Kyrie Irving hit a big-time shot in the Game 7 when he was in Cleveland. So let's stop acting like when one guy does it, like, oh, he's the guy carrying the load. I mean, we're going to transition that into KD even tonight. Like, you need a second party that arrives and plays at a big level. And for them, they're finally getting Paul George. So, yeah, we can talk about Kawhi, but Paul George is being the guy that's taken over the de facto point guard role to a degree, which him and Chauncey Billups have been working on, and his game is elevated. And when his game is elevated to this level, first time that they've had back-to-back 30-point games since they've been together. That's why this team is probably one of the favorites to win a world championship, because they're playing at this level.
That's Straight Talk, brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise. They have that series now at 2-2. It's a best of 3 to finish out. Any concern about the Jazz? I mean, the way the Jazz have looked, yeah?
Well, because now the ball's in the hands of Donovan Mitchell, and he had a big-time game last night. A lot of shots, but he had a lot of shots.
9 of 26.
Right?
Yeah.
A lot of shots. So the ball sticks to his hands now, and that's where they miss Mike Conley. Mike Conley averaged 8.5 assists per game. He's the guy that keeps their offense fluid.
He's also a defensive player.
Yes, and the ball doesn't stick, especially when they go on the road. That's when you need your guard to help elevate your team even more so. So they missed that massively.